Tade Williams was a man who owned the night. Every weekend, he swept into Club Mirage in his matte black G-Wagon, surrounded by flashing cameras and women eager to be seen with him. He'd toss bundles of naira into the air like confetti, his laughter echoing above the music. When a new girl approached him shyly one night, his friend Jide leaned over and said, "Guy, you're a god among men." Tade smirked and replied, "I'm the complete package, wealth, looks, and the legend beneath my belt." He said it loud enough for nearby women to giggle. That became his reputation, the rich man with the miracle between his thighs. He kept a discreet collection of expensive perfume bottles, satin sheets, and dim lights, his king's chamber as he called it. Every other night, a different woman was there. He would brag to them mid-conversation. "Most men talk about love. I give experiences." They laughed, often more out of flattery than truth. But in the morning, they left with gifts, new phones, designer handbags, or stacks of cash. To Tade, it wasn't intimacy, it was validation. Each conquest confirmed his delusion that women existed to adore him. Online, Tade was a phenomenon. His Instagram bio read, "Too blessed to stress." The catch you can't catch. He posted shirtless gym selfies captioned, "When God created me, He rested extra." His comment section overflowed with emojis and praise from women. He often dropped suggestive quotes like, "It's not about size, it's about power. But luckily, I've got both." His followers hyped him up. They called him Big Tade, the Stallion, Mr. Banana Land. The attention fed his ego like oxygen. Tade hosted legendary house parties, champagne fountains, imported dancers, endless music. At one party, he stood by the poolside in an open Versace robe, surrounded by women in bikinis, boasting to his friends, "They come for my money, but stay for my magic." He winked and the girls giggled. One of his exes whispered to another, "He's good in bed, yes, but he's emptier than his champagne glass." Still, they came, because he was the man everyone wanted to be seen with. One night, in a drunken boast, Tade made a bet with his friends. "I can make any woman fall for me in a week." Jide challenged him, "Even the serious ones? Those career girls who think they are above all this?" Tade laughed. "Watch me." The next day, fate sent him exactly that challenge. At an exclusive art exhibition in Lekki, Tade noticed a woman standing quietly before a painting. Amara. No makeup, no jewelry, no pretense. She was simply herself. Tade approached with his trademark grin. "Beautiful art, isn't it?" She looked at him briefly and said, "It's tragic, actually." "It's about self-deception," he chuckled. "Then it's good we met." "I'm nothing like that painting," she arched an eyebrow. "I'll take your word for it." He offered to buy her a drink. She declined. That was new. Over the following weeks, Tade tried every trick he knew. He sent flowers, she returned them. He sent designer handbags, she donated them to charity. He sent his driver with an envelope of cash. She sent it back with a note. You can't buy sincerity. He called her one evening, frustrated. "Do you know who I am?" "Yes," she replied calmly. "A man who thinks knowing who he is should make others obey." For the first time in years, Tade looked in the mirror and didn't see a king. He saw a lonely man surrounded by noise but no meaning. He remembered the faces of women he'd used, how empty they looked when they left. That night he couldn't sleep. The echo of Amara's words, "Who are you when all that is gone?" haunted him. Determined to prove something, even he didn't know what, Tade booked an anonymous session at Amara's therapy office. She didn't recognize him immediately. "What brings you here?" "I think I'm addicted to being admired," he confessed. "Why?" He paused. "Because I'm afraid of being ordinary." For the first time, his voice trembled. A week later, a scandal broke. A woman posted a video online exposing Tade's arrogance, reading out his messages. "You'll never find a man like me. Ask around, I'm blessed." The video went viral. Memes flooded social media. #blessed but lonely. His endorsements pulled out. Women unfollowed him, and his reputation crumbled overnight. His friends distanced themselves. The mansion that once hosted parties became a silent, echoing space. He tried to reach Amara but couldn't. He deleted all his posts and disappeared from public view. Months later, Tade reappeared, but this time different. He began hosting small community workshops for young men, teaching self-respect, consent, and humility. He sold his flashy cars and funded therapy programs for victims of emotional abuse, including women he had once wronged. At a charity conference, Amara saw him again. He was standing quietly, talking to a group of boys about becoming men of value. After his speech, she walked up to him. "You've changed," she said softly. "No," he smiled. "I finally grew up." He no longer bragged about his wealth or manhood. When someone once joked about his old nickname, Big Tade, he laughed. Let's just say I've redirected the energy. He'd finally learned that power wasn't in what a man had, but in how he treated people. A man who defines his worth by his body or his bank account will always be empty. True power lies in humility, kindness, and emotional maturity.